Hey YouTube, Mickey. Alright, I did it again. I want to piss my wife off again. I've bought another new knife. This one cost me around the same, $125 as the last knife I bought. And this is the OKC, the Ontario RD-7 Bush. 7.5 inch blade. I've been playing around with it in the backyard and batoning, chopping, whittling, feather sticking, and yeah, it's a great little, not a great little knife. It's a great large to medium knife. The handles, yeah, they feel pretty comfy. I can notice there is some imperfections in regards to the scale on the actual full tang of the knife, but you know, that's no biggie. I'm planning to sand this down a little bit anyway to just make it conform a little bit better in my hand. But you know, perfect length handle to fit my hand. I don't have small hands. I don't have massive hands. I have probably medium to large hands, I guess. So I think it's going to be a great knife. Now, I was looking at these on the on YouTube, and I thought all RD7s were the same, and there isn't. The RD7, which is a 1/4 inch thick, and this one's a 3/16 thick. I was hoping to get the 1/4 inch, but no biggie. That's fine. I have sanded or filed that down so I can strike a fire steel with it because of the coating. There's no really sharp edges here to strike a fire steel correctly. Yes, I've taken off that rust proof coating, but I'll just have to make sure I oil this up every time I get home from using it. The sheath is nothing special, to be honest. It's usable, it's functional. You know, it's got this big strap here to molly onto a bag. It's got a nice pouch there, which at the moment I've just got my Pathfinder Light My Fire, I think, fire steel and a whistle. So that's basically all that can fit in there, and that's all I'm going to put in there. I might add maybe a sail needle or things like that, but yeah, at the moment that's about it. I might get, you know, I might have a brain fart and maybe just start weaving some paracord along this strapping here and make this a full-on survival little kind of knife sheath. The plastic insert is not good. There's heaps of room. There's about a centimetre between the blade and the width of the sheath, so it does move around. I have seen a lot of people on YouTube take the plastic insert out and kind of melt it down gently with a paint stripper heater gun thing, and then put the knife in there and kind of, you know, compress it and mould it into the shape of the knife, which looks like it helps. So I'll have to dig around my shed and see if I've got something similar to that. I don't think I've got one, but I'll find something. With batoning, I noticed that I was batoning through a pretty decent chunk of wood, and when I was going through the actual knife itself, you could see it bending. It kind of had it was straight, and then it bent, and then it kind of bent again, following the grooves of the stump. And at first I was freaking out, going, "Oh shit, what's going on here?" But as soon as you pull the thing out, it just straightens up, just, you know, bing, just by itself. This blade steel, I think, is 1095 carbon steel. I did see a video on Equip to Endure probably last year, maybe even 2 years ago, I'm not too sure, where someone was doing the RD9, I think, or could have been the RD7, and the knife was fully bent in the stump of the wood, but as soon as it came out it straightened up. And apparently Adam, I'm no knife expert, so Rob from RDP and CSG Survival and all the other guys that make knives, let me know. I mean, is steel supposed to bend like that and then straighten up? Is that a good steel, or is it a shit steel? I'm pretty sure 1095 steel is a good steel, from what I've heard. So I'm pretty sure, I'm hoping a good knife is supposed to do that. I guess it shows that it's not too hard where it's freaking going to snap on you. So, don't know, I'm not a knife expert. I should really start studying up a little bit more about knives and you know, even one day do a frigging course, because I like my knives, and so I'm just feeling this micarta handle, and yeah, it definitely is a little bit uneven, but that's right. So yeah, I'd really be interested to find out your thoughts on this steel bending while I was batoning. Not that I baton a lot with this thing, especially not batoning through pieces of wood like that. I just did it for a test. As I said, feather sticking was great, sharp as, chopping was good, and even after all those tests it still does a good job of slicing through paper and even shaving hairs off my arm. Not a razor blade, but still does the job. So yeah, there you go. It's the 7.5 inch RD-7 Bush knife. Nice pommel there. Nice full tank construction. I do kind of like the micarta handles, the colour of it. But I'd also be interested to know if anyone in America or Australia knows where you can buy micarta scales or handles specifically for the RD-7 Bush. I'd like to find out that website and yeah, and just see if maybe I can get a couple of spare handles and see what colour suits me or what shapes they got. You know, it'd be great if they had a kind of shape where it kind of lifted up around your palm, so it gives you that kind of full-on grip and I guess that 3D kind of thing. But I like how you can choke up on it. I like knives that can do that. I just find it, you've got more control doing fine little tasks, especially feather sticking and stuff like that, notching, you know, making tent stakes out of pieces of wood, which I love to do. So yeah, so bought this today. I'm not going to tell my wife. I don't feel like having an argument tonight. I might tell her next week, or I'll just leave it in my shed, and if she sees it, I go, yeah, oh yeah, I bought that ages ago. Yeah, shit, I bought that about a year ago. What are you talking about? I've had it for ages. Then she'll look at me funny. She goes, you sure? I go, yeah, babe, trust me. Anyway, so the RD-7 Bush. I'm going camping for an overnighter, just my family this weekend, a few days. I'll definitely take this along with me and do some videos of me, you know, really giving it a good go out there. Probably won't baton big pieces of wood. I just don't need to do that. But you know, de-limbing a dead tree or something like that, or you know, branches, whatever. I will do a nice chopping test. You know, chopping through at least a branch that thick. I mean, that's the reason why I bought a large knife, is to just, instead of having a tomahawk or an axe on me, I can just de-limb trees or chop through smaller pieces of wood. You know, make a tripod to hang a billy over, and you know, all those kind of bushcraft stuff. So yeah, keen to test this out. I also need to test out the Alaskan survival knife. I did do a little comparison in my backyard, and sorry I didn't film it because the lighting is really bright and my iPad doesn't really do well in those circumstances. You know, comparing it, I mean, this blade is thicker. It is 100 grams heavier. This weighs 400 grams. This weighs 500 grams. I need to do some more tests on this, because this is proving to be, you know, a good blade. I mean, I know the steel is crappy, or surgical steel. So I guess it is it crappy or it's not crappy. I don't know, but apparently it shouldn't hold an edge that well compared to that or other knives. But all the tests I've done, it's pretty much holding an edge, pretty perfectly actually. So so yeah, so I'll be bringing these two bad boys out with me and testing them and seeing which one I prefer. I'm really eager to give this a good bash, because I just love the look of it. It's just a solid piece of metal. The handles are perfectly put on there. Yeah, it'd be a shame to buy such a good looking blade and not use it in actual bushcraft or survival. So eager to test that out, but I'm eager to test this out too. Pardon me. Why do I always burp when I'm doing YouTube videos? Maybe it's a nervous thing. The jimping, is that what you call jimping? The grooves on there is a little harsh. You could tell that putting your thumb there and using this thing all day, you'd hurt your thumb. you'd probably wear your skin away. But besides that, it's a great knife. Eventually, I'll probably look around for a Kydex sheath. But you know, you can tell this thing's gonna do all right. Is it gonna last for years? Probably not. I don't know, but it'll get me by for, I guess, a year or two. That's all I can say about it. Actually, it fits the fire steel quite well, which is great. I guess I could get rid of the the Strike Force fire steel, put it back into my Rush 12 bag, and just have a smaller fire steel. Since now I've done that to it, so I might do that and just maybe fit some more survival gear in there. So that's it, peoples. What else can I say? That's 2 knives in 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I get paid fortnightly, so I've got to calm myself down with purchasing these things. $100, $120. Yeah, it's not a big deal, but you know, still, $120 is your smokes for the week if you're a smoker. I'm not sure what you guys pay in America, but mate, I'm telling you, in Australia, we're paying close to 18 Australian dollars for a packet of 25 smokes. So I don't know what you guys are paying, but mate, we're getting ripped off in Australia. Everything's just so expensive. And the idea behind it is, okay, we increase the price of smokes, people will stop smoking. Well, some people will, but people like me won't, because I like smoking and I'm addicted. So, you know, there you go. Sorry, that's a different subject. I could probably do a whole YouTube video on the price of smokes, but anyway, I won't. Alrighty, so that's me, that's Mick. Yeah, look forward to getting out bush this weekend. I'm not going like, you know, bush where I'm secluded. I'm unfortunately going to a campground where there's going to be hundreds and hundreds of people, but I'll walk away from camp with me boy, and we'll do some fishing, and I'll find some time to do some YouTube videos, and hopefully do some nice little bushcraft tasks with these 2 knives. Thank you. Cheers.